Alright, well, today we're going to go ahead and replace these stock mirrors with some bar-end ones. I think these things excessively shake, and I've learned that with these single cylinder engines on these Royal Enfields, they're not good, and they're pretty much rendered useless. So we're going to swap these out. I never really liked these styles anyways. The Hondas come with them, so I'm going to replace them on the Rebel as well. So this is pretty easy. Should be pretty self-explanatory, but just replace those. And I'll give those away to whoever wants them, because I don't want them. And I don't see myself, this one's on pretty tight. I do have some caps coming in for these. I think they're just standard M10 plugs. So we got them coming on the way. So there is a right way to do this, and there is a absolutely incorrect way. So the quickest, I think all you need is a 5mm, which we got right here. So one thing you have to understand when you get these bar-end mounts, you think the amount that you would pay for these were $250. Of course, I didn't pay $250. I bought them off of eBay from actually right here, $250. I submitted an offer and they took it for like $180 or whatever. It's still expensive for some bar-end mirrors. So what you need is you're gonna need these the mounting kit, which doesn't really show anywhere that you need them. But if you think the amount you pay for these, they would just include them, but they don't. They absolutely do not, which is disappointing because it's a lot of money to be spending on mirrors and not to get a full kit. No idea who in their right mind would be ordering this stuff without, without the proper mounting hardware. It's not like people just have that stuff laying around. So I think they could do a little bit better. So -1 for Royal Enfield. So this is how they would look. The way I understand is the logo would be on this side, furthest out. So this would be this side's, and this one would be the right side. So really easy, or so it should be. But they look a lot more slick than these stock Mickey Mouse ones. So we'll do this side first. I don't have any Loctite, so I have to run to the store and get that and do that later, but just have to break this loose that's on there. Damn, that was on there. That was on there. Anyways, that was on there pretty tight. So it must have came with some factory Loctite in there or something. So once we get this removed, it's a pretty easy job. So we'll put that there. I believe this is the, yep, that's for this side. Okay, now I did mention there is a right and a wrong way to do this, so I'm just going to show you guys. Take one of your, there's no right or left for these, so you don't really need to match them, but you'll get some of these longer. Oh, these come with the Loctite. Fantastic, that's awesome. So the right way to do them is logo out this way. Goes like that. Take your finisher, as Royal Enfield calls it. We'll get that in here in a bit. Stick that through. And that's pretty much it. Just hand thread it in for a little bit. I won't worry about fine tuning it because I'm not really concerned with that. I'm glad this thing came with Loctite because I need to get some anyways. But yeah, I'm glad that it did. Now there is a spec to this. I think it's like 10 Newton meters or something like that. So I think good and tight is usually always fine, especially when it comes to things like this. But already, I love the way that looks. Looks very nice. So we'll go to the other side. Do this one. God, that was on pretty tight. These are some cheapo Allen these keys that I got. These were actually bought these as a joke for the cannonball because I needed something readily identifiable. Like if I'm on the side of the road, I don't want to have to think about, some of these kits come with they're not really labeled nice. So I bought it for a cannonball, and they've worked fine. I've actually kind of bent that just doing that. So these are keys that I'm not really worried about damaging. I'm not gonna feel too bad if I rip them up. So the right way to do them, again, is the Royal Enfield logo out this way. Spacer goes in like this. I've seen people do it like this, and that's just wrong. And then bolt on. So, oh, that was on there. Okay, so go ahead and get started here. I got a bunch of accessories coming from Baxter Cycle. I think they're based out of Iowa. And I got a bunch of accessories. I got new lights coming in. I got a crash guard. I got a windshield. So we got some things coming. Got some videos here to post soon about this thing. And I'm hoping to take this thing on its inaugural run at some point. I'm going to keep these. Actually, just toss them in these little bags. And that's pretty much it. And the rest of it is just kind of tightening it up to your and adjusting them to your liking. But this is how they look. They look real sharp. They look real nice, and just changes the complete look of the bike compared to these goofy ones. And these just vibrated so much to the point where it was just like, all right, this is not even usable. So let me see. I'm gonna try to preserve some of this. So if I do end up giving this to someone, they have some. I might just keep them. But if I do end up giving them to someone, at least they're in decent shape. But I don't understand why in the world, you think Royal Enfield would do a little bit better. These have some nice weight to them, so they definitely don't feel cheap. But as far as functionality is concerned, no bueno. Not good if you ask me. So, and really, it's just the styling for me that doesn't work. So, and same thing with the Rebel. They have these. Honda is notoriously known for their little Mickey Mouse ear. They basically look like the same things, but they feel a lot cheaper, and they don't vibrate as much. But certainly they. Here's the part number, so they don't vibrate as much, but they certainly do not. These are both the part numbers. All right, here. There we go. So, yeah, they don't vibrate as much, the Hondas, but they look absolutely hideous, and I think Baron ones, which I looked up some OEM Baron ones. I gotta tighten these down. What am I doing? They're like $300 or something like that. So, yeah, it's pretty disappointing in that sense. Just make that tight. What I'm gonna have to do here, put that on the floor for a second, get it adjusted, and oh yeah, these look so much better, so much more functional already. They don't fight you like the original ones do. The original ones just want to not cooperate, and there we go. What I may do is I'm almost certain these come with Loctite too, but I'm going to check them out. And if they don't, I will put them in. Man, look at that. That looks real sharp. So that's all there is to it, folks. Not much to it.